So Dorinda Medley, formerly of the Real Housewives of New York, she's currently on pause, and Margaret Josephs from Real Houses of New Jersey, also, I guess, technically on pause until we see what's going to happen with New Jersey. I'm pretty sure they're going to give Jersey a full reboot the same way they did Vanderpump Rules. I think that's the way that they're going to continue to move things. So we shall see. But so they were on this Blonde Ambition tour where they basically were doing live shows at like city wineries. And like I've done a bunch of live shows at city wineries. I was doing them before it became trendy to do them. I was doing them back in 2022 and all throughout 2023. I did a live show with Margaret Josephs at City Winery in New York. I did a live show with Dorinda Medley at City Winery in Philly. So, it's funny to see them now going off and doing these live shows. And so apparently they were doing these shows. It was the Blonde Ambition tour. It's funny that we're doing a collabed headline tour. Shout out to Up and Adam, guys, because Up and Adam and I were the ones to do it first. And it's just so funny that we were doing this back in 2022, and now we have, housewives that are on pause that are doing it now. And it's like, ooh, groundbreaking. But listen, Adam and I definitely set the trend. You have to put a little respect on our names, okay? We did it first, and then everybody else went and, continued to follow the trend. You got to set the trend, right? Don't follow the trend, set them. And I'm glad that I always do. Anyway, sorry. But they were doing these live shows, and they had, my favorite, Dave Quinn. He moderated one of them, and I guess he moderated them, and also Peter Panos moderated a couple of them as well. Yeah, Peter Panos. He has a podcast. It's called the Simply Deep podcast. I've been on it, and I've been on his podcast in the past. But so they both did the city winery tours for the city winery shows for the Blonde Ambition tour with Dorinda and Marge. And then they were supposed to have another one that was supposed to be today, December 2nd at City Winery in, I believe, New York. And then it was suddenly pulled and the show was abruptly canceled. And everybody's like, what? Why was it canceled? What's happening? What's going on? Are they beefing? Are they feuding? Because then there was this conversation that they had on Jeff Lewis Live. And so I've done Jeff Lewis Live. And when you guys, I don't know if you guys watch it, but so when you go into the studio, they always tell you ahead of time, like, we have the show, and then we have the live feed. And the live feed is running the entire time that we are in the studio, okay? So even when we're on a commercial break, the live feed is still running for the fans. So if you're a subscriber, the live feed is still consistently going, okay? So they're filming everything that happens in studio. And they told me, even when the commercial break is on, whatever you say into the mic is being broadcast, it is being recorded, all of it. And so we've had moments where, sometimes people will say something and they don't remember. They'll say something and then they forget that it's on, and then they let something slip because they're like, oh, well, it's on a commercial break. Nobody's listening. But so during one of the commercial breaks when Marge and Dorinda were on, they got into some beef, and there's a clip that was circulating, and it was about, like, Dorinda was upset that Marge made some sort of comment, and the comment was about Peter, and she's just like, well, you don't like Peter. And then Dorinda's like, I didn't say that. It wasn't that I didn't like Peter. It was very... they were going at it about, like, Dorinda being like, you're putting words in my mouth. And Marge is like, well, you did say that you didn't really like Peter, or something to that effect, right? And I was very confused, and I had to dig into it deeper because the clip didn't really give us any context. And so what it looks like is it seems Dorinda Medley prefers Dave Quinn over Peter Panos. And it seems like Dorinda maybe didn't like Peter. He's a great guy, very sweet guy. Like I said, I've done his podcast. I think he's great. So yeah, he does a lot of content on Instagram and on social media. And so I can understand why Dorinda probably likes Dave Quinn a bit more, because I think in Dorinda's head, oh, if I have a good relationship with Dave Quinn, he'll continue to write about me in People magazine. And like, that's what Dave Quinn does. He sucks up to the housewives, and, he eats their coochies. So that way they get good coverage on People. That's, same thing with a lot of them, right? And then they go and they get to live their best life and have their John Jansen interviews. But listen, it seems like Dorinda, from everything that I've gathered and from all the pieces that I was able to dig up, it does sound like Dorinda is the real root of the issue. So a lot of people were going around online and saying that the reason that the December 2nd show at City Winery was canceled is because of low ticket sales, which is just a low budget rumor. Like, people have said that if a Housewives show in the past has gotten canceled, they'll just say that, oh, it's because there were low ticket sales. I'll tell you right now, these shows don't get canceled because of low ticket sales, because at the end of the day, they will fill the room with people. Random people, they'll give tickets away, they'll have friends, bring friends, because at the end of the day, the venue just wants people and bodies in the room. So however they have to fill the room, they can fill the room, and they'll do what they got to do, right? Whether it's guests that come in, they'll just have them come see the show, then they get dinner and a show. All the venue cares about is that there are bodies in the room to buy drinks and to buy food. And, they can set up the room differently. They can kill tables that way and spread the tables out a little bit more. That way it looks like the room is fuller than it actually is. And that's just kind of how it is, It's not really that deep. So no, I can confirm that the ticket sales were selling just fine, and that it was not canceled because of the ticket sales, but it was canceled because of drama that was going on behind the scenes. And it appeared that a lot of the drama was stemming from Dorinda, from what I've been told. She was not easy to work with, and as a result of that, it seems that the show did not go on. They decided to pull it, which I think is kind of dumb. I don't think that that's going to help their reputation, whoever's doing the booking. Yeah, it just not the best. So it seems like whatever the issue was, or it just seems like Dorinda's not easy to work with. Like, that really seems to be the crux of it, is Dorinda's just, she was snipping at Marge on Jeff Lewis Live. She had no problem arguing with Marge on Jeff Lewis Live. I think that would create for an interesting Real Housewives show if we did a some sort of mashup show where we take some of the Jersey ladies and some of the New York ladies and we put them all together in a new Real Housewives style show based in the tri-state area. I think that would be interesting and fun to watch. I'm not against it. I'm very much here for it. But yeah. All right. Well, Janelle, that's what I got for you.